Okay, we will start today sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. And I really want to emphasize comfortable. So if you need to go get a towel or something to sit on, I have just the smallest cushion here and it makes a big difference in being able to sit. Um, it's really not a competition to see who can endure the most suffering. If your hips are not open enough, then the posture looks like this with your knees elevated, and then your back is going to round, and it makes it strenuous to sit upright. So we also pull the flesh of the buttocks back behind the sit bones to help support that curve in the lower back that makes the spine easier to be upright. And then we can close the eyes and feel how the sit bones sink down. And when we let our bodies release into the bones, it signals to the muscles that they can relax. So see if you can feel into even the tiniest little letting go in the legs as the weight sinks into the sit bones. And relax the belly and feel the breath in the belly. Perhaps creating even more uprightness in the spine. And as you encourage the breath to become longer, fuller, deeper, perhaps reaching all the way up to the collarbones. Maybe the front of the body feels more open and the back of the body can relax, allowing the shoulder blades to release down the back. And just sitting here quietly for a few moments, just feeling the breath, but also feeling the effects of the breath on the sitting posture. And then we'll bring the hands to the floor and just walk the hands around behind you, placing your fingertips onto the ground, pointing away from you. Just taking a few more breaths, seeing if the heart is any more spacious or perhaps more tight, or maybe the same. Can you walk the hands even closer together? Letting the shoulder blades fold in toward the spine. And then drop the chin to the chest. Where is the breath most pronounced? And then lift the gaze all the way up. Notice how the same deep breath feels in the body now. And relax the head back down. Bring the hands forward and walk them out, folding over your legs. When you get to the place where you feel like you can go no further, just rest your head there, rest your hands and arms, and feel the spaciousness that your breath creates inside your body. When you exhale all the air out, really surrender the weight of your body. Give in to gravity. See if the breath can be both long up the body and wide across the ribs. Then begin to roll yourself up. Use an inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Staying connected to the breath even in the stillness, feeling the movement. And then releasing the hands, making a note of the cross of your legs, how you've arranged them, and then release and shake the legs out. When you're ready, cross the legs again with the opposite leg in front. Sitting up nice and tall. And again, we'll drop the chin to the chest. Inhaling, lifting the chest to the chin. Exhaling, releasing the head down toward the heart. And then bringing the chin over toward the left shoulder. Bring your left hand to the back right side of the head. And then let the weight of the elbow be heavy and down. Bring the right hand to the floor. And then bring the hand around behind you and walk the fingers out as far as they'll go without changing the orientation of your body in space. And just some slow, deep breaths here. Continue to encourage that left hand to be heavy on your head. Dropping the shoulder and the elbow. And then bring the hand back around, rest it on your lap. Release the left hand, bring the chin to center. And then take it over to the right shoulder. Notice if you're rounding the spine, and see if you can keep the spine straight and only drop the head. And bring the right hand to the back left of the head, and then sink that right elbow, letting the hand be heavy. Place the left hand on the ground, and then walk it around to the back behind you, and then walk it away from you as far as it'll go without causing you to lean back. Stay connected to your breath, slow and deep. Continuing to drop the right elbow and shoulder. And bring the left hand back to your leg. Bring the right hand back to your leg. Bring the chin back to center. And then begin to slowly circle your head around. And then go the other way. And back to center. And reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale the hands to the ground. Elbows bend. Body folds. Head drops down. See if your body is as relaxed as it can be, so that you're not reaching or striving. These forward bends are all about letting go. The less you do, the greater the result. With one exception, which is do breathe deeply. Stay connected to this moment. These passive postures can be very tricky because you're not asked to do anything, so the mind might want to start doing. Staying rooted in your breath keeps you present. Lets the mind relax as much as the body. And then roll yourself up. Reaching up with an inhale. Exhale the hands together at the heart. And release the hands. Release the legs. Shake them out. And then come back into a cross-legged position, just enough to flip over onto hands and knees. Lining hands under shoulders and knees under hips. We'll just do a basic cat and cow, moving the spine with the breath. So the breath starts in the belly and the belly dips down, curving the tailbone up. And then as the belly rolls up from the belly to the chest lifts and the eyes reach up. On the exhale, as the belly draws up in toward the spine, of course, the tailbone rounds down and the rest of that rounding ripples up till you get to the head. So the movement is a gradual movement. It's not one movement rounding and one movement arching. It really is one vertebra at a time. It helps maintain the integrity and flexibility and strength of the spine to really articulate the movement like that. On the exhale, you can try pushing the floor away from you and pulling the belly out to really lift the spine. And then come back to neutral table pose. Walk the hands over to the left and step the right foot up. Drop the hips down. Keep the right knee over the right ankle. And then start to lower your torso, bending the elbows, perhaps bringing the elbows to the ground if that's within reach. If it is, you might consider stacking your fists to rest your forehead on them. And then press down into that right big toe. When you breathe deeply, where do you notice it? Is there any relationship between your breath and the feeling of stretch? And if you're on elbows, come back up onto hands. We'll take that right hand kind of behind the right lower leg and then rock side to side, really dipping the left hip down so that you stretch there as well. And then the next time you come to the right, let that right knee release down as far as it'll go. Take a deep breath in, and then when you exhale, take weight out of your hands, bending the elbows if you can. Nice. Leave the foot where it is. We don't want to change the placement of the foot, but you're welcome to change the placement of your hands. And every time you exhale, continue to take weight out of your hands and let your body release down. Yeah, and I see some of you are folding forward, and you're welcome to come and do that. One caution about folding forward is you can end up bringing a little bit too much weight into the right buttock and then making the stretch actually less deep instead of more deep. You want to keep a lot of weight sinking down into that right hip, and that will intensify the stretch in the left hip. So if you just rock over into that buttock, it's not really satisfying anything other than your ego. You want to keep the hip square and then sink the knee down. And then if you can do that and fold forward, you're welcome to. Notice if you're tensing, if you're resisting, or if you're able to just let go and relax and breathe deeply. And then lift the knee, lifting your torso if you're folded. We'll just try that little the little trick that I think I started last week or the week before. So you want to bring your shoulder kind of under your knee bend. And then with weight in both hands, just walk your foot forward until you can lift the foot off the ground. Good. And then we can send the leg right back. Bring the left hand over to the right and step the left foot forward. Let the hips sink down. Drop the torso, bending the elbows. Coming onto the elbows if you can, or just bending them. If you are on your elbows, you can set fists and rest your head on them. And then press down into the left big toe. Let your head relax. Establish a deep, full breath. Tracking the breath from the beginning to the end, noticing where you feel it. And then if you're on elbows, come up onto hands. We'll place that left hand behind the left leg and over to the left. And then begin to rock from side to side. Don't forget to really sink that right hip down as well. So we're not just going left and up, we're really going left and right. Good. And then you can let the left knee stay down. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, take weight out of your hands. Bend your elbows. And continue like that with each breath, seeing how much you're able to let go without just dropping down into that right buttock and losing the integrity of the posture. You want to keep the right hip in front of the right knee and then just sink the left knee as much as it'll go. If this causes any pain in your knee, make sure to have that left foot flexed firmly, and if it still causes pain in your knee, then come out of it or do less. And again, if you like folding over and it feels like that deepens it for you, feel free, but just make sure that you're not sinking too far into the left buttock and losing the deep stretch in that hip. And then lift up. And again, planting the shoulder or upper arm under the bend of the knee and walking the foot out and straightening the leg. Send the leg back. Coming back onto hands and knees. Let's just circle the hips around. And then the other way. And back to center. And then we're gonna bring the right leg over the left leg, crossing it, and then send the feet out to the side. So the left foot goes right and the right foot goes left. And then sit down in between your feet. Right arm lifts up. Bring it to the back of your upper back. Actually, sorry, I have it the wrong way. Left arm lifts up. Doesn't matter a whole lot, but might as well. And then bring the hand down. And then bring the right hand behind your back. Walk the hand up your back. Maybe if you're flexible, you can grab your left fingers with your right fingers. Stay with your breath. And release the hands, and we'll just come over the legs. Relax the shoulders and elbows. Breathe deeply. And then roll yourself up, reach the arms up. Exhale just the left hand down, push into the hand, and really sink that right sit bone into the ground. Drop the left shoulder and reach over with the right arm. Take your gaze up. Keep lengthening down through that right hip and pressing into your left hand. Reaching out of the right hand and breathing along up the whole side. And then release that right hand down over to the left. Push into the hands to lift the buttocks. Keep the feet where they are and let them rotate. Lift the knees. Walk the hands around. Feet rotating, feet rotating. Keep coming around to the front. Bend the knees and sit back down. Good job. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale it onto the upper back. Bring the left hand behind you. Walk the hand up the back toward the other hand. If the fingers can reach, intertwine them. If you have a towel handy and your hands don't reach, you can always put the towel in your right hand so that it hangs down toward your left hand, and then walk your left hand up the towel to deepen the stretch. Couple more breaths here. And release the hands. And go ahead and relax over the legs. Whatever resistance your body may be offering, the key is to not resist the resistance. So feel whatever you feel and allow it to flow. If there's tension or there's tightness and you resist, then there's no way to release it. You're creating kind of a prison for it, where it gets stuck inside your tension. But if you relax and you breathe, whatever resistance that's there has the opportunity to be released. And I just want to say that resisting is easier. Softening and relaxing in the face of tightness or tension or discomfort is the harder choice, but it's the healthier choice. It's the suffering that leads to the end of suffering, as opposed to the suffering that just perpetuates the suffering. Then on your next inhale, roll up, reach the arms up. Bring the right hand down, press it into the ground to sink your left sit bone. Reach over to the right with your left hand, taking your gaze up and to the left, feeling that long line from the left buttock to the left hand, and the breath that spans between the two. And lift up, release the arm down, and then release the legs, take them out wide. So often this wide-legged stance is not welcome. After that last couple of stretches, it will hopefully feel good. And you can roll the flesh of your thighs forward, then again pull the flesh of your buttocks back, flexing the feet strongly, sitting up tall. And we'll bring the hands behind us, roll the shoulder blades in, and lift the chest. Connect with your breath. And see if you can bring the hands a little bit closer, hinging just slightly forward, but keeping the chest extended out. And for those of you who find this reasonably easy, you can bring the hands in front of you with a slight pulling in toward you. That'll help keep the chest lifted and the back straight and the heart open. And then on an exhale, you can bend the elbows and let your torso hinge forward. And the key word there is hinge as opposed to round. So we're not in any way dropping the head and closing off the heart. You'll notice if you do that, the stretch becomes less, not more, even though you're folding supposedly more forward. The The forward fold needs to come down here in the pelvis, keeping the spine open and straight. So one thing you can do is close your eyes and check and see if the breath is still in the front of the body and going all the way up to the collarbones. Then you know that the front body is still open. It can be hard to tell without mirrors. But if you're rounding at all, then when you breathe, you're more likely going to feel it in the upper back than in the chest. And that's how you know you've come too far forward and sacrificed the integrity of the pose as a result. And then start to come up. Reach up, inhale. Exhale the hands down to the legs and help the legs come around to the front. Shake them out. Welcome to deep stretch. Okay. And then we'll just cross the left foot over the right leg and clasp the hands around that knee and aim it toward the right shoulder. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Get long through the left side and ribs. And then stay long. Turn to your left. Bring the hand right behind your buttock. And then pressing down into the left hand. Inhale and lift tall through the head again. And then exhale and aim the navel to the left. Inhale, press down and lift tall. Exhale, rotate the ribs and chest to the left. Inhale, press down to lift tall. Exhale, rotate the shoulders and the gaze. And then continue to breathe deeply, lengthening up as you inhale, turning into the twist as you exhale. Use an inhale to come back around to the front. Bring that left foot to the inside of the right leg. Keeping your left hand behind you, push into it and lift your hips. Lift your arm and then bring your hips under you. Drop your head back. You might press down into the top of the left foot to get that left buttock under you even more. And then slowly lower the buttock down. Inhale, reach up, flex that right foot strongly. And then exhale, fold over. Press down into the back of the right leg. And as you inhale, try to get longer through your torso. Reaching your head away from your hips as you inhale. Exhaling, drawing the navel in, dropping the elbows down. Continue. And then we'll inhale and roll up, reach up. Exhale the arms down. Inhale the leg straight. Exhale the other leg crosses over. And with the right hand behind you, start by bringing both hands to the right knee and pulling the knee toward the left shoulder. And then using that to kind of pull yourself tall, and then reach the right arm up and get even taller and longer. And then turn and bring the hand to the ground, nice and close to your buttock. Pressing into the right hand, lifting through the crown of the head as you inhale, rolling the navel to the right as you exhale. Inhale, getting tall and long. Exhale, ribs and chest turn. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, shoulders and eyes. Staying connected to your breath, using the inhales to be long, and the exhales to relax, turning into that relaxation. Inhale to come back to the front. Place the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Right hand still behind you on the ground. Press into that hand, lifting your buttocks. Press the hips forward. Drop the shoulders back, the head back. If the head is not happy that way, you can look down instead. And again, if you press into the top of that right foot, it can help you bring your hips under you more and deepen the opening. And of course, the breath is what deepens it more than anything else. Slowly lower down, reach the arms up, and flex that left foot and fold forward. Bending elbows. Pressing down into your straight leg. Inhale long through the spine. Exhale, draw the navel in like you're aiming it for your tailbone. Relaxing into the exhale. Check in with the muscles of your face, your shoulders, and your hands. Hoping that your mind can relax by following the flow of your breath. There is no thought that is more relaxing than no thought. So, trying to keep the mind attuned to the moment and the sensation to help empty it. And then slowly begin to roll yourself up. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale the arms down. Pulling that foot in and flipping over onto hands and knees. We'll take the hands in front of the shoulders, curl the toes under, spread the fingers wide, take a breath in, and then exhale and lift the knees and press the hips back by pressing the hands forward, pulling the shoulders down the back. See if all 10 fingers are working into the ground. Lengthening, breathing. Relax the head, shoulders down the back, heels pressing. And walk the feet up to the hands. Slowly rolling yourself up. Coming to standing. Sinking weight into the left foot. Bring the left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bring it over to the right side of the head. And then bring the right foot into the right hand, gazing at a spot in front of you. Drop your head down to the left and start to kick your right foot down toward the floor. Steady breath. That's great, Michael. Balance is getting better. And release. And we'll do the other side. Right arm up. Over to the left side of the head. Sink weight into the right foot. And then bring your left foot into your left hand. Drop the head to the right. And press the left foot down. Steady gaze, steady breath. And release. Step the feet a little wider apart, have the toes pointing out. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands together. Bend into the knees deeply. Bringing the hands to the chest, thumbs to the sternum, lift the chest. Drop the tailbone, drawing the navel down toward the tailbone. And then release the hands to the ground, lower the buttocks, and come onto your back. If you're using an eye pillow, place that on your eyes and then rest your arms out away from your body with the palms up. Lift your hips, tuck your tailbone, release your legs, shake your legs out. And take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, tongue with the lips slightly parting. Then inhale through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. Turning your attention to your breath instead of your thoughts. And letting go of your breath so that you're not making the breath happen, but just feeling it happen, however it may be. Continuing to relax. When the mind wanders away from the breath, just bring it back, even more relaxed. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest, rocking side to side, feeling the ground, massaging your back. Come center, bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And roll over onto either side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground, and continuing to rest your awareness in the present moment. Feeling whatever sensations or even thoughts or feelings might be here now. And then slowly making your way up to sitting. Let your head come up last. Come into any comfortable seated position. Sinking down to the sit bones. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Feel shoulders, relax them. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.